to finally get an opportunity to get your story on record and get your insights on record. That's right. Mr. Khurram, I have had the wonderful honor of getting to know you over these last 12 weeks. I would want for our audience to have that same opportunity. So why don't we begin by introducing yourself?
Yes, definitely. So my name is Khurram Qureshi, and by profession, I'm a mechanical engineer, and I'm working in Dubai for the last 10 years as a sales manager. And actually, I'm from Lahore, Pakistan.
Wonderful, beautiful. I love, the level of simplicity you have incorporated in your life. I'm sure that it's very simple yet very fulfilling. And that's always such a beautiful combination. When you came into the program, Mr. Khurram, you already seemed like a very evolved person. You were already a very accomplished person. But I am curious to know, how was life before Zenith?
Yes, Afreen, thank you for asking. Definitely, I must say that I was very blessed, and the universe has been very kind. So I had a very good career. It's like I think 24th year of my life. So before everything was going good also, and the life was moving. But I must say that since I'm in a technical role, so I was thinking that I need a level up. I need to boost my communication skills. So that was the reason, I was looking for some kind of a program, and I came across this program and I selected it, and I'm very happy, that I became part of this 12 weeks transformative journey.
So, according to you, Mr. Khurram, what is the difference between communication skills and communication intelligence?
So honestly speaking, before attending this program, the whole thing in my eyes was about, the using some fancy words, using a lot of jargons, and it was like having a good English. So this was my idea of the communication. So I think mostly I was focusing on the external part. And when I joined this communication intelligence program, honestly, it was a 180-degree shift. And I found that mostly I am, maybe focusing on the one part of my brain. But actually, the communication, the very major portion is the internal communication. And I think the important thing is the words, because our thoughts become our words. And I realized that maybe the vocabulary or this English is only 5 to 10% of the actual communication. The actual thing is the emotional intelligence, plus also the clarity in the thinking. So all these things which we went through this program, it was a change in perspective, I must say, and it enlightened me, and it totally changed my idea about the communication.
And I must say, Mr. Khurram, you put it so beautifully. A lot of times when people come into the program, they don't expect to see a change in the other parts of their life, their personal life, the way the kind of happiness that they're feeling, or even in terms of the way that they're perceived at their workplace. And I think the reason because of that is because they're mostly running behind a certain skill that is very externalized in nature. There are so many people out there who are such good speakers. They have the perfect grammar and they have such good vocabulary. But it's at the end of the day, it's the internal communication portion of it, the emotional intelligence aspect of it that ends up being the gap. And I think you've portrayed that such beautifully with your words. Talking about how communication intelligence impacts the other aspects of your life, Mr. Khurram, over the last so many weeks, I have had an opportunity to know through the incidents that you have shared that the people at your workplace have started seeing you very differently and, seeing you as a leader. So, how has that happened? How has communication intelligence allowed you to be seen as a leader at your workplace?
See, I will put it very, bluntly, that I was thinking that this was, another kind of a course, because I have been through many courses. So I have attended many programs, mostly the corporate programs. They used to be 2 days or 3 days program. And I will acknowledge the fact, when I went through this communication intelligence program, from the second or third week, most of my, the colleagues, the peers, and my family member, they could feel there is a change. Something is happening. And at that very point, they asked me, and I was very happy to share with that, yes, I'm attending a program. And I was happy also that they can see the results. So I would say that this started from second and third week, and then it continued. And as we went along doing, the assignments, the quizzes, the sessions, I can feel that before that connect, which was missing. I think that connect was missing. That was the reason I came into this program. So that connect has started to build. And then it's even, they commented that you have become very, calm, and you have become very peaceful, because before I was talking very fast. So my wife also told me that this has a very positive impact on you. So in totality, all these things, they reiterated and they endorsed that yes, there is definitely a change.
And you mentioned, Mr. Khurram, just now that you've had the opportunity to attend trainings in the past as well. And I understand that you're a very accomplished person. You have a wealth of experiences with different kinds of people and trainings. What has made communication intelligence stand out from the trainings that you have attended in the past?
See, I would say that past programs, they were very much, the content was great, I would say, but obviously the time frame was not like this. In this program, we have 12 weeks, and we have every week, I think 4 hours of 5 hours of session with Gurleen ma'am, with yourself. We had a lot of discussions, because this program was in the community format. So we were benefiting from each other. And this, I would say that in this program, lot of the environment created was very safe. And I could feel that, I can leave aside my inhibitions. I can practice what I have learned. And Madam Gurleen also created a kind of a atmosphere. And she mentioned that this is the place that whatever you are learning, first you have to practice here. And don't feel shy, and do whatever you want to do in whatever format you want to do it. And so this was, I think, a very different thing. And I could feel that there was nobody to judge. And the other programs, we could not find so much also, the time to practice, like the role playing sessions we did, the bonus sessions we did. So this provided us a lot of opportunity to practice what we were learning. And it was happening at, I think, a very much at a pace which was good for all the participants, because definitely everybody was coming from a different background, and ma'am was giving everybody, and you were giving everybody the time to grasp and absorb, so whatever you were learning. So this is, I think, the difference between the other programs and this programs, that it was made sure that whatever learnings is happening, it is being practiced. And whatever our beliefs are there, I think we have to start first by unlearning those beliefs. A lot of rewiring of the mind was happening. So definitely I would say that this program was, is totally a different experience for myself.
So I want to ask you this question. How has this program being in a community format aided your growth?
Yeah, I think a very important question, because this was in my mind, and I was thinking that it should be in a one-to-one format. And maybe when it is in a one-to-one format, ma'am can focus more on myself, and I can discuss openly many things with her. But as we progress through the program, I realized that this community format is basically every participant we are learning. Like it's like I'm learning every session, something I'm learning from the participants. And also, I think the second thing is that it was slowly and gradually, it was building like a community that, we want to stay connected. We were having exchange on the messages, and we got connected through the LinkedIn. So we were asking the questions, and everybody had some questions. So man was telling that, okay, put forward your questions. So in the discussions, a lot of new perspectives was coming. As I mentioned earlier also, that there were different people from different backgrounds, different age groups, So it was, like a beautiful bouquet of flowers. And in that, one thing I will say that ma'am and you yourself also provided chances for the one-on-one session as well. Because in the need analysis session, it was a very wonderful one-on-one session where, a lot of things were shared with each participant. So I would say that it was not only a community, but it was a very good mix of community plus the one-on-one plus the bonus sessions. So that add to the beauty of the program. And it was very beneficial, I think, for everybody from the learning point of view.
I want to ask you, Mr. Khurram, another question that we get asked a lot is, there's some issues or some areas of work that I have been struggling with almost my entire life. How is it possible that all of these areas of work are going to be addressed in a matter of only 12 weeks? That's a question that we get asked very commonly. Having now being an alumni to the Communication Intelligence Program, how would you answer that question?
Yes, it's, I think, another very important thing that people have in the mind, myself, I have in the mind that, okay, it's, my lifelong learnings and how my beliefs will be changed in 12 weeks or 14 weeks. But when I went through this program and when we had the interactions with each other, I realized that in this program, we are learning the tools. Like you and ma'am is providing us a lot of frameworks. So they're providing us a lot of resources. So those tools, those resources like the OTPS or flip the script or many other things, which is maybe not coming in my mind at the moment. So these tools, I think we will be keep on applying throughout our life, and it will help us to analyze the different situations. Like we learn, things back in the school or in the university, but that goes along with us in different situations. So what happened was that this analytical thinking was improved, how to better control the anger. There were different kind of frameworks, then different breathing techniques were there, the morning affirmations were there, and so there's a lot of things, I can speak, and time will not, definitely there's not that much time. So these tools, now we feel confident that now I have something to, apply. And ma'am is very kind and you are very kind that still you are always available for us. So whenever we have anything, we come back to you, we send an email, we send a message on the WhatsApp, and we instantly get the reply. So that is a lot, beautiful thing about this program, that it's not like a one course and we finish the course, but it's, I think, a continuous journey. And what another thing ma'am has started is this community of the Zenith. So that, I think, that will keep us connected, all the alumni. So this was a beautiful, program which she started, and we are really enjoying that as well. So I think it's a lifelong journey.
So beautifully expressed, Mr. Khurram. I echo everything that you said. I think for Gurleen ma'am and even for myself, we're so passionate about the work that we do at Zenith. And in that, more than anything else, I think we're passionate about the people who make Zenith what it is, participants like you. And that's why Gurleen ma'am always says, once a Zenith, always a Zenith. I also really loved what you said about, having tools to deal with situations in life. Ma'am always says that, what you get as a part of communication intelligence is like a toolkit. So whenever your car gets stopped down by the road, or, you need to repair it, or something goes wrong, you know that, okay, I have my toolkit with me. And these are the tools
Correct.
that I need to use to navigate that situation. And I think you've used that beautifully. Mr. Khurram, one of the reasons that I was looking at your need analysis, and one of the areas of work that you wanted to gain from this program was confidence. How long
Yeah.
did it take for you to gain that confidence after you joined the program?
I would say that the first session we had with the ma'am, I knew that this is a program I need. It's not just a talk I'm saying in front of you, but the first session she gave, because ma'am is so passionate, she is full of energy and she is genuine. So this instills the confidence from I think it started from the first session. But yes, I would say that again in the during the program, you people taught us that you will be nervous all the time. Like at the moment, I'm also feeling nervous. But then the tools are there, that how to control that. That fear will always be there. The anxiety is always there. But the good thing is that now we know how to tackle that anxiety. What things we need to do. Again, there is a lot of things. I think I don't want to go into the detail. How she mentioned that you have to do so much breathing, you have to root yourself, you have to put your feet on the ground, and you have to think of your audience like a 6-year-old. So all these are basics, but the way she taught, and so this gives us all these things is giving us the confidence, and I definitely feel more confident. And before, if you would say before 12 weeks or 14 weeks, if I was giving this kind of an interview, it was maybe not possible. But today, yes, I'm a product of this program, and I feel confident. My family can see I'm confident. My colleagues, they see definitely there is a confidence. So yes, it will evolve. I think I would not say that I'm perfect. Yes, it will evolve with the passage of time, but definitely anybody will agree with me that whoever has gone through this program, the confidence level has been boosted.
I absolutely agree with you, Mr. Khurram. You had such a colorful experience with Zenith, Mr. Khurram. You've
Yes.
done so many things. You've done every assignment with just as much passion. You've been there in almost all the live sessions. I'm not quite sure even if you missed one live session. I think you've been there very consistently. What has been the highlight of the program for you?
It is taking me a while because there were so many wow moments that telling that one specific thing. But I would say that the observation, when the ma'am was taking one class about the observation, the power of the observation and the OTPS technique, so I realized that the key thing and the difference, as ma'am was saying, the two type of people, one is the wise and the second is the otherwise. And the difference between the two is the observation and seeing beyond the obvious and finding the second perspective, third perspective, and going deep. So this was, I think, a highlight for me, and I'm trying to practice that I'm trying to be more observant about the situation. And the way ma'am also gave us a story about that two tennis players, that how they were reading the body and the tells, and how he was doing the serve. So I would say that really I'm trying to develop still those observation skills through the tools madam has taught us. So that was, I think, the a very big highlight for me.
And I think it's very interesting, Mr. Karam, that that session happens at the very beginning because, communication, we usually think communication is about ourselves, how we communicate, how we are looking, what our vocabulary is like. But I think that having observation as one of the first sessions that you attend gives you one very clear understanding that communication is just as much, if not more, about other people as it is about me. And I think that's a very important shift in perspective that needs to be brought in order for you to be truly intelligent in your communication. And I find it very interesting that you mentioned that. I think I would agree with you. It's a very good kickstart to the program.
Yeah.
Mr. Khurram,
Yes.
I have thoroughly enjoyed this conversation, and I know that you have a meeting that you need to get to. If it was possible for me, like always, I would go on talking. It's always such a pleasure. But
Thank you so
let me
much.
ask you this one last question, and then we'll conclude. Like we established before, you've had a very colorful wealth of experiences with different kinds of people, trainings, mentors, and trainers. What makes Gurleen ma'am stand out as a mentor?
I think, as I mentioned in the earlier also, the biggest difference is what set ma'am apart is her passion, that she's very passionate. Secondly, the energy level is immense. The moment she starts, all of the participants, everybody get hooked. I was thinking that how somebody can attend a 3 hour long session, in the class, in the universities. After 45 minutes, we were distracted. But honestly, from the first minute to the last minute of this 3 hour session, we were hooked. And how she maintained that thing, and she's very humble. The second thing is she's very humble in spite of maybe teaching more than 25,000 people and running this great program, and she's very humble. So this sets her apart. Plus she's always there, and she's very good at analyzing the needs of the participants, because I would say that, ma'am, I need this, I need that, but she knows that what actually the need is for the participants. So I think I can keep on talking so many different aspects, or I would say of her personality, and definitely all of this stand out. And along with that, I'm very thankful to you, Afreen, that the way you were also conducting those discussion sessions. So it was a very remarkable combination of you and ma'am, which was complementing each other. So this was great. I think this is a wonderful combination, and it keeps us inspired. And she is not at all preachy. Myself, I am many times I am preachy, but we find that ma'am is, whatever she is telling us, she is inspiring us to do that. So that is the great thing about it. And God, I think God bless you all, and be this moment of Zenith, you know, become more strong and strong, and we touch millions of life together.
Absolutely. Along with you, you're like one of the ambassadors that we have at Zenith.
Thank you very much.